Active Thursday afternoon. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Hope you are safe and cool and hydrated. We have had several hours of warnings, and we expect that to continue tonight. And you can count on the Weather Channel to stay live on the air until the threat dies down.
Want to show you the... All right, thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. Want to take a look at some of the other issues in the Northeast, including a flash flood watch for parts of the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, and a little bit of New England, parts of western Massachusetts, southern Connecticut under that flash flood watch. We track those storms out through the remainder of the evening and overnight, and you can see much of the Northeast is going to be quiet into the overnight, but parts of New England, including Rhode Island and parts of eastern Massachusetts, you could still see showers and storms into the early morning hours of your Friday. So expect soggy commute conditions for the final day of work for you guys around Boston and Providence, Rhode Island. Philadelphia into tonight. You notice we've got thunderstorms at first, then wrapping up with showers. By tomorrow morning, though, 7 a.m., it's sunshine for your drive into work. Time-lapse video here taken from the Las Vegas Strip. You can see the Bellagio, the Rio, and rain there led to flash flooding across the city earlier this week. That rain is desperately needed in spots, just not all at once, right, Dave?
Video. A girl and her dad being pulled out to sea by a rip current. This took place on Nantucket Island on Tuesday. For 2 minutes, they struggled to keep their heads above water, but they made it, and they talked to us earlier today about how they survived. And that's scary stuff because, he's saying, I kind of exhausted myself, but when you see your family in danger, here he's looking at his kids, your instinct kicks in and you want to just get to them. But yeah, swimming against, fighting that rip current is probably the worst thing you can do because you're just completely wiping yourself out. And the guy was a Marine.
Right.
So there's no way you and I could swim against a rip current without getting all tuckered out, and then who knows what happens.
Absolutely.
The best way to, let's
we
show
hear
people.
a lot about rip currents, but do you actually know what they are, what causes them? You have that onshore flow. Those waves are breaking over a sandbar, and that water near the shore rises, so that actually creates a bit of a pressure gradient.
Especially if there's a real strong onshore flow. You got all this water up on the beach. It's going to run back just as fast.
Right, and you get these channels or these currents where that water heads back out to sea. So as we're saying, if you're swimming against it, think of a treadmill. It's keeping you, on track. You're not really making any headway.
Right.
Same thing with a rip current, unless you're Michael Phelps, and even he would have a hard time against some of those. Right.
So instead of swimming against the current, go that way. You're out of it. Swim back to shore. You're in business.
Good advice. Hey, let's get a look live on this Thursday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Well, 20 million Americans are at risk with storms breaking out in several states.
And we want to get the very latest on the storms, the active storms now in the areas at risk through tonight. Severe weather expert, Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. Still flash flood warnings, or watches, I should say, also in play for parts of the Mid-Atlantic, including D.C. and Baltimore, northeast Pennsylvania, upstate New York, getting into western Massachusetts, and a good part of the state of Connecticut. So we are going to be watching for the potential for flooding with these storms as well. Here's the timing through the rest of the evening. Notice as we get towards the midnight hour, many places across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast will be drying out, but into the overnight and early morning hours of your Friday, New England still will be seeing the showers and storms. So Boston, your Friday morning drive could still feature rain and wet roadways. Philadelphia, though, things look good by the morning commute tomorrow. One for your Friday. We'll watch for some severe weather through the middle part of the country. We get into Saturday, upper Midwest, all the way down into parts of the Southeast. You'll be watching for some showers and storms. Same for the Northwest, into the 70s for San Francisco and Los Angeles. Sunday, we end the weekend at 90 in Denver, 98 in Dallas. Still watching for some rain showers across parts of the Midwest. So keep that in mind around Chicago. You guys could keep the rain into your Monday. So across the East, Monday, the start of the week, going to be soggy, much drier out west with a few showers into parts of the Southwest. Whole West Coast is dry on Tuesday, 89 in Billings. So things heat up, whereas the East stays soggy for the second day of the week. By Wednesday, we've got some scattered showers and storms in the Southeast, also through the central part of the country. Highs near 77 in Chicago, 85 in New York. And by next Thursday, once again, Chicago up into Iowa and Minnesota, you could see showers.